Alright, so today's video is just a pretty quick fight. It's the Hookbill versus a gate camping Svipul. Uh, I want to this is going to be a good opportunity for you to see the strength of the power of transversal velocity, just orbiting your opponent, especially when your opponent's using guns to try to hit you. Uh, as you may or may not know, artillery has low tracking speed compared to autocannons. Railguns have low tracking speed compared to blasters, and uh, beam lasers have low tracking speed compared to pulse lasers. The lower the tracking speed, the harder it is for a weapon system to apply its damage to a target that is moving around your ship, around the ship that's trying to fire at the target. So, a good PvP pilot will take advantage of this in cases where you know the opponent is going to have issues tracking you. In this case, and I'll start the video now, start playing. I am roaming around the Hookbill here. I'm in Hikokan. I jump into Pinacasto, and on the other side of this gate, lying in wait, is a war target Svipul. Now, seeing this, it's a Svipul. Maybe he's out on a roam, something like that. But I'm just kind of like I jump in and I watch him for a little bit. He looks like he's orbiting the gate, and so at a glance, I want to check what weapon systems he's using, because the fact that he's kind of moving around the gate, it was like for a split second there. I'm gonna jump back a little too far, whatever. For a split second, I saw him orbiting the gate rather than sitting at it at zero, rather than arriving at it as if he were about to jump through, like I just did here. So that tells me right then that he's up to something. So here, I jump through. He's moving a little bit right there, you can see. I've got the indicators on. Now, what I do here is I use the look at command to just check out his ship. I just alt-clicked on him with my hotkeys. So I pan around, I'm looking for his guns, and specifically this cluster here. I kind of zoom in on it. I don't personally know the models very well, but I do know with the autocannons, most autocannon models will have rotating barrels. This isn't completely true, and I know there is a visual guide somewhere. I'll link it in the video comments that you can look at to recognize turrets on ships, so you can kind of plan for them. So in this case, what we're looking at here, though, at a glance, this is small artillery. So now I know that this Svipul is orbiting the gate with small artillery. He saw me, a war target, jump into system, so he's probably setting up to try to kill me. Now, knowing that he has weapons with low tracking speed, I'm pretty confident that if I can get close to him, I can hold him down and prevent him from being able to hit me with these weapon systems. It's a risky call, but I think I can do it. And I tend to do stupid things in these hook bills anyways. So, I make the call, let's go for it. I'm currently 13 kilometers away from the Hikokan gate. He's 17 kilometers. So what I do here is I decide that I'm going to burn to the gate uh, with my micro warp drive on and preheat my stuff here in a second. And so I double click on the gate right there. So I start moving. That breaks my cloak, and you see he immediately locks me up. That means that he is a full like camping fit, dual sensor boosters, artillery, warp disruptor. You'll see me get warp disrupted right here, boom, and there goes all of my shields and part of my armor. So I, he hit me hard. So now I know he's red boxed. I know he's not going to be jumping through the gate to chase after me, and I know he's campy fit, which means that if I can get close enough to him without being killed in the process, I should be able to just kill him. So what I do here is I change my approach to him. I just start approaching him, uh, and I actually kind of fucked this part up, but I activate both of my boosters here, just to try to keep myself alive through all of this while I wait for my micro warp drive to stop cycling, and I'm approaching him the entire time. I do switch to an orbit here, and I actually screw up a little bit. I thought I did it here. Maybe I did it a little earlier, but basically I had set my orbit to the wrong orbit, so I corrected for that, and I orbit him at 500. So now I'm safely just orbiting him super close, and you see, I'm gonna double back I'm gonna double back, and I'm gonna let this play through for a bit because the fight is so quick. You'll see he chunks me right there for a huge chunk of my HP. Chunks me again. I'm still trying to rep. Third strike right there. That one was a glancing blow, and now I'm right next to him. That's a hit, but now my micro warp drive's off. My micro warp drive is no longer blooming my signature radius, and you see right there that strike was a miss. So now we'll watch for another miss. It's gonna bounce like well, very soon, I think. Maybe? Yeah, right there. So once I got close enough to orbit him at 500, he just wasn't able to hit me anymore, and I was able to stabilize my HP with my reppers and heat DPS to kill him, and I won the fight. So this is when it comes to ships that are kind of sniper fit, right, with long range weapons. The idea is to get in very close to them, so then they won't be able to hit you anymore. And uh, I've shown you little bits and pieces of this in previous videos, but this is just a very straightforward example of this concept. So I didn't. There's a couple of things I could probably have done a little bit better there, but for that was again a very short, straightforward fight, and I'll play it back one more time, like from from my warp to the gate, completely uninterrupted, just so you can see how quick it is, how um, easy it is once I actually get on top of him to actually kill him. Because this type of a campy ship like this, artillery fit ships tend to be kite fit ships, not specifically artillery. Long range weapon ships tend to be kite fit ships because they want to maintain that range, and kite fit ships are usually not very tanky. So as soon as so here I burn at the gate with a I could have done this part a little better. I could have heated my micro warp drive initially, which would have gotten me to him within that first cycle. Actually, I probably should have just turned it off right there. But anyways, I get on top of him and then turn my micro warp drive off so I can stay close to him without the sig radius of a cruiser. And it's very easy and straightforward from right here. Just keep firing at him. Actually run out of cap right there. I was honestly worried that I would not be able to hold him because of running my cap out, but nope, it was a pretty clean kill. So, so that's kind of how you want to fly against. Well, I guess camping ships. You can't really do that against a group of camping ships. I've flown through Thrasher gate camps before that have just obliterated me in these sort of settings. But one on one, and I've seen a couple of these ships, a couple of people try to just solo gate camp. One on one, you can pretty easily kill these ships off if you know what you're doing. So, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you learned something. See you next time.